Today's video, we're going to be focusing on how to improve your aim with a controller. One of the tools that KontrolFreek has is Precision Rings. And last time I talked about these, KontrolFreeks had this pretty new product that not a lot of people were using, and they were called Precision Rings. They had two different strengths. They had medium and hard, and I talked about them. They were a drastic improvement for me. Initially, I didn't like the black ones because they were too firm. Went to the purple for a bit. And then I went back to the black after giving a little bit more playtime, and that's where I ended up landing up. One of the cool things is KontrolFreeks has actually introduced a newer product, which is soft version of this, which will allow you to kind of experiment a little differently. And if you're not sure exactly how these can help, I'm going to go ahead and show you specifically what they're doing in real time. So normally what will happen is if you want to actually have a higher sense, for example, if I bump this up to, let's say, 15, in that previous video, I went up to 20, just kind of more of a proof of concept, but I'll just show this here. There's a lot more maneuverability, and this isn't what I'm comfortable with normally. So it gets kind of out of control pretty easily. You know what I mean? Like the aim, if I really want to focus here, I can really try, but it takes a lot of mental focus to not like turn an insane amount. So if you've been looking to up your sense, but you end up with a scenario where you just cannot control it, but you still want to be able to take advantage of turn and aim on somebody, this can actually be a tool that helps out. Obviously with the green ones now, they are softest, so they're not going to be as stiff, but they do add a little bit of resistance. So I get a little bit more comfortability and precision with them, and it kind of can get me in the door of kind of feeling what they're all about. So if I'm using the weapons, I can still have the aim I want, I can snap on, and I'm going to be able to play at a higher sense. I was always like a 4 to a 5 sensitivity player, but now I'm more comfortable at like a 9-9. Obviously, you could go to 20-20 if you really wanted to, and you can have that control of your aim that even with stopping power, you're still going to be able to control the weapon, and you're going to have the ability to be able to have full control of your movement. So in my particular case, I have switched to the firmest ones. And the great part about this is if you're not sure exactly what you want, you're going to be able to have a variety pack so you can kind of mix and match. And if you want to take it an even further step because you feel like you just want a little bit more precision, you can always use the standard KontrolFreek Thumbsticks. And what that's going to do is even give you more precision when you're trying to aim up your shots. You get a little bit more movement so that even though I'm barely moving it this amount, which is kind of a lot on the top end, it's moving it even further less on the bottom. So if we were to max this out and even go to 20, which is an insane, sensitivity, I can actually have a little bit more control over my shots. Control recoil. It literally looked like no recoil because I have a lot of comfortability with this, and this is obviously at 20-20. And the more time you invest in a particular sensitivity, that's going to help you out. I highly recommend jumping in with bots and really fine-tuning your aim. Generally, 20-20 is going to be a little too high for me, but some people are already at like a 12-12 without anything. So having the ability to rack that up, game changer. So once you have your sensitivity all dialed in, you're going to practice with bots. This is a good fundamental start if you're really struggling to be as accurate as possible with weapons that you think have an insane amount of recoil. Come on, come back, come back. This allows you to have those shots where you need them, even at long range. Let's go ahead and check this out with the RAM. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to shoot across, and I'm going to be able to hit those shots. This guy going to come up after me. So guy across the way. Easy. That was a easy long shot. Another one. And like no recoil. It doesn't look like I have recoil, but I'm controlling it even at further distances. And everything comes down to a matter of preference. So for what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for the other. But if you've been struggling with your aim and you just feel like you have the slowest sensitivity, it's not working out, I would definitely recommend trying out KontrolFreeks because of the options you have. You're going to end up with very sticky aim that allows you to hit targets where you need to hit them.